that rhythm back. All right, here we go. We're not going to lose the lap here.
Go. Outside.
We'll keep digging here. It'll turn for us. We need to do it together. Boys, he's coming. Come on.
Settle in, pick them up one at a time, man. Out of the way, buddy.
Better up opposite tight and center.
Get wide open as hard as you can hit.
Better unplug that or you will not have a job tomorrow.
The All-Star break is a staple of every major league sport. It's a time to recognize the best teams in the nation, and NASCAR quickly has become one of America's major league sports. Baseball has its home run derby, basketball the slam dunk contest, and now NASCAR has the Nextel Pit Challenge, an all-star event deserving of major league status. Hi from the Charlotte Coliseum. I'm Chris Myers, and thanks for being with us. Every racing team in NASCAR calls North Carolina their home. Racing reigns here in the Tar Heel State, and Charlotte the capital of the NASCAR kingdom. So fitting that in the Queen City, the very first king of NASCAR's pit crews will be crowned here at the inaugural running of the NASCAR Nextel Pit Crew Challenge presented by Motorola. Motorola shaping the lines of communication. And joining me, my co-host, former pit crew chief himself, crew chief Jeff Hammond. Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Man, I'm doing great tonight, Chris. And, you know, you really said a mouthful right there, because tonight we're broadcasting the very first NASCAR-sanctioned indoor event. The NASCAR Nextel Pit Crew Challenge will showcase the skills as well as the athleticism of 24 of the top Nextel Cup All-Star teams. And for anyone who's ever watched an event like the Olympic gymnastics, well, this format may seem very similar. The Pit Crew Challenge is split into two distinctive competitions. In the first half, well, we're going to determine individual champions in 4 different events. Then, in the second half, well, that's when we're going to crown the NASCAR Nextel Pit Crew Challenge overall champion. I mean, it's going to be a great night.
A lot of skill and speed on display. First place winners in the individual position events will receive a deluxe set from Craftsman, the official tool of NASCAR, a championship ring, and an award of $10,000 per pit crew member. That's $20,000 for winning the 2-man tire changer event, $20,000 for winning the 2-man gas can event, and $10,000 for the individual winner of the Jackman event. And the overall champion of the NASCAR Nextel Pit Crew competition will receive $70,000, and every team member will be outfitted with a Craftsman Deluxe tool set. That's something I know you'd love to get your hands on.
Now, wait a minute now. $70,000 in tools?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, I can't believe that right there. But I can tell you something right now, Chris. These guys are not just doing this for the paycheck. We only see pit stops on race day. What we don't see is how hard these guys work out and practice during the week to get ready for that. Every team now has specialized coaches and trainers. These guys, I'm telling you right now, they're as skilled and well-conditioned as any professional athlete I've ever seen. They're the best in the world, and you know why that is? They love what they're doing. And one more thing, in my opinion, pit crews put drivers in victory lane.
Yeah, like the star quarterback who relies on his line, these guys, the drivers, rely on the pit crews. Now, down on pit road, we're proud to bring you a pair of NASCAR veterans who know all about the importance of pit stops, Larry McReynolds and Winston Kelly. And Larry Mack, we'll start with you and start us off telling us a little bit more about the individual events tonight.
Well, thanks, Chris. We're in the individual Jackman box. Now, the concept of this competition is to have these crew members start where they would be when a car comes to a complete stop on a regular routine pit stop. And when the horn sounds, the Jackman will jack the right side of this car up 3,200 pounds. An official will signal that both tires are off the ground. He will go around to the left side, jack the left side up, both wheels off the ground, drops the jack, hits the buzzer, on to another part of the competition. The penalty would be if the tires do not come off the ground, the Jackman would be disqualified. Now, Winston Kelly, how about the front tire changer and front tire carrier?
Well, the batter's box here in the right front of the car, where they would be positioned when the car comes to a stop. When the horn sounds, they're going to swing into the action. The tire changer's going to pop off the lug nuts, all 5 of them. The tire carrier puts the tire in place, indexes it, and then they're going to swing around to the front side of the car, to the left side of the car, 5 lugs off, position the tire, index it, 5 lugs back on, then the tire changer hits the plunger, goes on to the other part of the competition. Same thing back on the rear tire changer, a 3-second penalty if any of the lug nuts are too loose. What happens on the rear tire, Larry?
Well, Winston, it's the same concept. These guys will start in the batter's box right here at the left rear of the car. When the horn sounds, they will go into action, change the right rear tire. These lugs have to be torqued at 20 foot-pounds. Tire carrier indexes. Right rear is done. Around to the left rear. Tire comes off. The tire changer pulls the tire off. Tire carrier indexes. Has to tighten all 5 of those lugs. tire changer hits the button, both of them are off to the next part of the competition. How about the fueler and his mate, the catch can man?
Positioned in the left rear of the car, just where they would normally be. The fuel man, the gas catch man, and the second man. When the horn goes off, they swing in the action. 85 pounds worth of fuel tank is going to be filled with 9 gallons of water, equivalent to 11 gallons of fuel that you'd have in a normal pit stop. First can goes in, he hands it back, reaches back as if he's getting a second can of Sunoco fuel, pumps it in. Second can goes in, hands it back to the catch man. Then both of them hit the plunger, the gas man does, onto the other part of the competition. These cans empty weigh 13 pounds. They've got to weigh less than 16 pounds when they're weighed. If not, a 5-second penalty. For excess spillage, also a 5-second penalty. Then the other part of the competition, Larry Mack, what is that?
Well, Winston, this is where all 7 guys come together as a team. This is a team aspect of it. When all the plungers have been hit, all 7 guys, I sure am glad they finally got here. The concept is from that start line to push it down there, which is 40 yards away. And a lot of times you'll have to do that on a pit stop, but this is the seating time for round 1 that starts when the horn sounds and ends when they cross the finish line down there 40 yards away from where they started right there.
Very obvious why we're doing the fuel and changing the tires, the jack man, but what's the relevance of pushing the car 40 yards?
Well, many times, Winston, on a pit stop, if a driver stalls the car or possibly the car runs out of fuel, the car will not refire. And what you have to do then, those 7 guys, they have to push the car. And trust me, when you're doing this during a race, this 40 yards can seem like it lasts for 40 miles, but it's something you have to encounter every once in a while, even on a routine pit stop.
All right, so they have their own rooting sections, whether it's the tire changer, the gas man, the catch man, crew chiefs, drivers here rooting along with a lot of the fans. We're glad to have you as well. And this reminder, Nextel is giving you, the fans, a voice. Until the end of this program, there's still time to elect your favorite driver to the Nextel All-Star Challenge. All you have to do is log on to www.nextel.com/allstar and vote for your favorite driver. The driver who gets the most votes will have a chance to race for the $1 million Nextel All-Star Challenge purse. To date, over 400,000 of you have voted, so log on and let your voice be heard. Let's meet the 24 teams in this inaugural running of the NASCAR Nextel Pit Crew Challenge and your first round matchups. The number 48 Lowe's team and the number 19 Dodge Dealers team. The number 42 Texaco Haviland team and the number 8 Budweiser team. The number 10 Haviland team and the number 16 National Guard team. The number 88 UPS team and the 01 U.S. Army team. The number 29 GM Goodwrench team and the number 49 Schwann's Home Service team. The number 9 Dodge team and the number 2 Miller Lite team. The number 20 Home Depot team and the number 99 Scott's Ortho team. The number 50 Napa Auto Parts team and the number 38 M&M's team. The number 12 Alltel team and the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet team. The number 18 Interstate Batteries team and the number 6 Viagra team. The number 97 Irwin team and the number 40 Coors Light team. And the number 31 Singular Wireless team and the number 17 DeWalt team. There are your first round matchups for your Motorola Nextel Pit Crew Challenge All-Stars.
When it comes to the individual competition down here, it's all about quickness. It's all about being free of mistakes. But one thing these guys have to remember to get that fast time is when they're finished with their job, they have to hit the plunger. This is what stops the clock. And remember, Winston, this is something these guys are not used to doing, so you have to focus on that. Then they have to focus on what they're going to do after they hit this plunger, Winston.
And once they do hit the plunger, they've got to run down to the other end of the Coliseum. A lot of these jackmen, big burly guys, very strong, but we're going to see just how quick they are. In the practice rounds, just 7 seconds, most of the jackmen, to get the job done. So they should get down there and get to the car first and start pushing it up to the other end of the Coliseum. So the quickness of the jackman is going to be one of the keys tonight.
All right, thanks, Winston and Larry. Now, a lot of hustle and haste, not a lot of time for waste. So NASCAR's Nextel Pit Crew Challenge, the inaugural event. If we're all ready, let's let the competition begin. The 48 and 19 teams are ready to go. And ready, set.
We're watching right now the jackman. He makes his way around here from the 19 crew, gets to the right side of the mound, hits the plunger, and there's a mad dash right down already down the push lane by these jackmen. And this is where things are starting to get exciting. Tire changes running, 40-yard sprints just about, Chris. Here we go. The race is on now between the 48 and the 19. The 48's out in front right now, but the 19's closing. He's closing. Woo, and the 48 pulls it out. That's what we came here to see, Chris.
One of the pit crew members of the 19 team sprawled out flat on the floor trying to catch the 48 Lowe's crew, but the Chevrolet Jimmie Johnson's team coming in first.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, did you see Chris Anderson, the jackman on the 48 crew? I mean, he ran 40 yards in one other direction trying to get to his car and then was pushing like, oh, get out to get that 48 car rolling, and I think that might have been the difference right there of them beating the 19 and not.
Let's go down on the floor with Winston Kelly. Winston?
Well, with Rick Pennington, the jackman for the number 19 Dodge Dealers Dodge team. And Rick, it looks like you outraced him down to the end there. Tell us a little bit about the competition and the adrenaline rush that you had.
He's going 120%, and then you got the slick floor, so you got to try and go as fast as you can, but still be conservative and not try and lose it and fall down. So I know it's just good competition. We'll see how it holds up.
Well, I tell you what, the top 8 teams are going to move on, so 26.93 to 26.62. Still got a pretty good shot to get in that final deal.
I hope so. Hope I beat him overall, too. I don't need 10 grand. That'd be fun.
Getting ready for the 42 Texaco Havoline team and the number 8 Budweiser team. Ready, set.
Once again, they're off and going. I'm watching the jackman as they come around. About a dead heat between the 8 and the 42. The guys on the front, here we go, the race down the push lane. 8 guys are there first. Now they got a second man coming. Now the tire changes from the 42 and the tire carriers. This is what's going to make the difference right now is how quickly this team can get together. And right now, Dale Earnhardt is out in front of Jamie McMurray, but they're closing ground fast. Won by the 8 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr.
And a quick start, getting the men behind the car and the push going.
I'm over here with Greg Osborne, the rear tire changer for the Budweiser Chevrolet crew chief. Pete Rondeau just stuck his head in here and patted him on the back. And Greg, a little behind on the individual competition, but from a team aspect, you guys won the battle down the 40 yards.
Yeah, it was a good pit stop. We all worked really well together. I think I let him down and left one loose on the back, and I apologize for that, but the rest of the guys did a great job.
And when you think about 20 pounds, that's really not much more than just finger tight, is it?
Yeah, I was thinking about that button you got to hit on the left side and got up just a split second too early.
Well, there you go, Chris and Jeff. I talked about it a while ago. The button, the timer, that's out of the element of these guys.
All right, thanks, Larry. So we just got word of a 3-second rear penalty against the 8-car team.
And again, that's going to take them out of an opportunity to move on because that penalty is going to negate a really good time.
No penalty against the 42 team and the Jamie McMurray.